So, Tanika, what would you say to someone that is thinking about joining the academy?
You should do it, and you should invest in you because you are worth it.
I love that. Awesome. Thank you. Rita, is there anything else you'd like to add on that note? We should probably tell people how to. We get some nice feedback here. Let me show. Hey, Karen, I just saw your comment here. Okay, so Karen Kennedy is a six-figure biz grad. And then this is the thing. I got wraparound support in the class. I learned what to do, why to do it, how to do it, and the community support to carry me along. I had good clinical knowledge, but zero business marketing money sense. And I didn't want anything to do with that. After my business school, I feel so much more comfortable with all of this, and it's working. That's the best part. Love that. Okay, great. Oh, look at you. Amazing. Oops, hang on. Let's see. How do I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Hey, Karen, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
See you.
You too.
Thanks for hopping on. So, what would you like to add, Karen? Clearly you had some great results. So maybe start by introducing yourself because other people don't know you like we do.
Right. Well, I'm a functional nutritionist, and I'm over on the West Coast in Southwest Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came across Lesli, I had been out of the business for a while. I stopped my business for about 7 or 8 years, to homeschool my kids, focus on my family. And so when I got back in, I was feeling like I really just didn't, my confidence was really low in lots of different ways. And so I was looking for a way to get some support. And I don't know if I'm sure other people do this too, but I had signed up for every free business course on the internet. Every free business course. I was looking at all these things. And because I do one-on-one work, but I also love doing groups. I'm always trying to run groups because I love running group programs. I didn't know how to fill them. Like I felt like I had really good content. Like I had so much to offer, but I couldn't sign people up because I always felt really salesy. I didn't want to be pushy. And then I just couldn't get people in my programs that were good. So when I finally came across Lesli, she actually taught a business module at my functional nutrition program at IFNA. And so that's where I got a great introduction to her that made me realize, oh, okay, this is where I want to go. This is where I'm going to dig my deep well, instead of all the shallow wells of free online courses. And what I loved about it was, we were just, I think it was Tanisha was talking about how she loved getting the one-on-one, felt like she got her questions answered. Mm-hmm. At the beginning, I was so worried about that. And I thought, oh, all these other people, they seem to know so much more. They're asking their questions. I'm not going to get time. And I almost dropped it after like the first 1 or 2 classes until I realized how much I was learning from listening to the answers that Lesli was giving to other people, I think who knew Lesli better. And then I gradually got confident and I started asking my questions. Right. And because, it is a group class and you're not going to be able to have the floor the entire time, but that's okay because I didn't even know what I didn't know. Right. That's where I was at. And other people in the group, obviously this wasn't their first rodeo. They had been around the block. So I really benefited from just lurking and listening for a lot of the times until I really knew what I needed to ask. So that was good. It was so great that way.
Yeah. And so then you started to feel like more assertive and more comfortable asking your own questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And applying the information. And so I want to circle back to the idea of groups because, I did the multiple streams of income, that big event that, kind of as a next step is the 6-Figure Biz Academy. Mm-hmm. So we have lots of people that are really, really wanting to create the multiple revenue streams, via groups. various strategies, right? Trying to basically build out that profit pyramid. So how did this class, the Six Figure Biz Academy, help you to fill your groups?
Well, first, so just that profit pyramid totally blew my mind, because the first thing it made me realize was I had a reverse pyramid. I was charging too much for my groups, not enough for my one-on-one. And I didn't have the right flow of allowing people to get to know me gradually at different price points. And I had the material. I just had my profit pyramid inverted. And so for those of you listening, you've probably already been through Leslie's profit pyramid, and it's that alone blew my mind and really helped me switch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what helped me fill my groups is that I already had a lot of material for freebies, a lot of great free information that I could give away on webinars, on handouts, on little ebooks. And I had low cost e-courses where someone could just sign up and just do like a 1 to 3 week class of online recorded things, because I love making that. But no one was signing up for it. And what I realized working with Lesli was that I can't just throw this like big ticket item at people. Like, hi, I'm Karen. I'm really good at what I do. You can trust me. Why don't you pay me $997 for this program? It starts next week. And that's what I was doing. I thought, people know I'm good at this because I am.
Yeah.
So the pyramid made me realize it's not just about filling out and getting lots of price points from me. It's giving people a ladder to climb up. Mm-hmm. And how to create this ladder so people can come in. You know how it is. Like, you signed up for all the free courses too. Like, I'm not going to sign up for Leslie's big thing, but she has this free class and it's how to do this profit pyramid. And then you learn that and you trust her. And so, maybe she has more. I'll do a more expensive course.
Right.
And so I learned how to cultivate that and still give really high quality information, mm-hmm. and still be able to do what I love to do, get paid for it, and build trusting relationships that felt like I was really nourishing relationships rather than being all salesy and smarmy. Mm-hmm. That is how that profit pyramid really helped me in my business in a way that felt ethical and genuine.
I love that. Yeah, so good. So now tell us a little bit about your, what you've got going on in terms of your groups.
Right. So I remember when I came in, I was looking, I thought, I've got to get this group I've got off the ground. And I spent the entire time in Leslie's program trying to figure out how to fit that onto the group that I was doing. Mm-hmm. But what Leslie's program made me realize is that, we hear a lot about niche, you have to niche. And I got to understand the whole niche thing and I made friends with the whole niche idea. Let's just say that. And I realized my program was so broad. Mm. It didn't solve any urgent problems. I was marketing it the wrong way. And it was too, nobody knew what they were going to get. And I understood that. I got it finally.
Yeah.
And so I put that aside and I scrapped it for parts, because I created material. You never have to get rid of material. I repurposed it and put it in different places. And now I've realized that what I really want to do is, I support people with blood sugar using continuous glucose monitors, mm-hmm. and I'm taking people through group programs and my one-on-one clients. I can actually take people one-on-one, but now I can create really affordable group programs that are focused on using continuous glucose monitors affordably for more people. And I love it. I could do this all day, every day in my sleep. It's so rewarding, and people know what they're getting. It's very clear what I'm doing. So people know, they're like, oh, Karen is the blood sugar person. Karen's going to hook me up with this.
Oh my God, that is like music to my ears right there. Right.
It's clear. I know how to be clear about what I do. Yeah. I do this. I help people with this. And it's fun. So it's really nice. I get to work with anybody I want. That's the thing about the niche that I didn't get. I can work with whatever I want, but I get to focus and create a message that this is what I do. And it creates clarity for people who want to work with me.
Right. Okay. That's the beautiful thing. I always say, a niche is not a marriage, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's no exclusivity required. It really is just, it truly is just a marketing strategy so that you don't dilute your message. Because if you do that, if you try to cast too wide of a net, which is kind of what most of us think we should, it feels more comfortable because we're so scared to eliminate people.
Right.
But it's opposite. It's absolutely the opposite.
It's
So,
our favorite pair of shoes.
right. It for sure. It is a well-worn pair of shoes, without a doubt. That's a great way to put it. But when you do finally capture who you want to work with, your niche, you realize, gosh, I can take these people, but I can also take other people outside of that niche that I want to, or not, right? It's up to you. So it really is awesome to me that you were able to use the Six Figure Biz Academy to streamline everything and to grow those groups.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
that is probably the number one thing that practitioners want nowadays, because just the burnout of doing one-on-one exclusively, like it can be so gratifying, truly. At the same time, you only have so many hours in a day, right? And I think Elisa was talking about that. You're eventually going to top out. You have no more days or no more hours to sell for one-on-one. So first of all, you're probably exhausted, you're getting burnt out. And if you want to continue to grow, you have to figure out ways to move into the one-to-many model, right? Which is what groups and some of these lower cost options can help you to accomplish. So it's really pretty exciting. All right. So Karen, what would you say to anyone that's still on the fence about the Academy?
I love being an entrepreneur. I'm a creative person. I can create things all day, but I find it's really lonely, and it's hard to create. It's hard to be in business by myself. And I think in addition to the information, because the information is great, we all worship Rita's technology. I mean, I cannot understate the helpfulness and how fun it is to have Rita on these calls. She's just great. But my takeaway, what I have now is my pod, we talked about the pods. Lesli puts us together with a few other people who we meet with fortnightly. No one knows what fortnightly is. Every other week. My pod still meets, and we've taken from a few other pods, and we still meet every other week. And that community has continued to carry me, and we've continued. We support all the Lesli things. And did you hear this? And I talked to Rita. Rita's doing this, and so it gives you your business community. It gives you the confidence. It lets you know the things you didn't even know to ask. And I paid even my course, the course that ended up I trashed for parts. The course that I ran after starting with Lesli paid for the course, because I actually did sell out more and I did better with it, and it was fine. And I used that to pay for Lesli's course. Like within 2 months, it was a done deal. That was the best money I ever spent.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. As we start to wrap up, Rita or Elisa, do you have anything else that you'd like to share? Or how about if I ask you, what would you say to someone that is still on the fence? Because for our audience, we are going to be wrapping up enrollment, right? So we start our first skill building call on Wednesday the 9th. So I would say this is last call, guys. If you're thinking about joining, this is something I offer one time a year. So this is it. Let's make 2022 the year for you to move your business forward. So I've got the link here on the screen. You could actually just go to sixfigurebizacademy.com and you'll see a link at the top of the page to apply and to just save your spot so we can have a chat, right? This does require a conversation with either myself or someone from my team, because truth be known, we want to make sure this is a good fit. We want to make sure that you're a fit for the academy and that the academy is the right next step for you in your journey. So, so can't hurt to fill out an application. Let's schedule a chat and let's just make a decision based on that. So as we wrap things up, what would you say? Any final words of wisdom, or, you know, how would you answer that question of, you know, if someone were on the fence, what would you say?
I would say if you're ready to grow your business and you really are ready to grow it and ready to move your business forward, it is such a small price to pay in the big picture. Such a small price. I mean, I would say my revenues from taking the course are on trajectory to double what they were before. And so it's a very small price to pay. You'll get so much out of the course. It is mind blowing. I know, Karen, you love to use that terminology, kind of like mind, you know, your mind was blown, but it really is. It's such a small price to pay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Huge.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
You know, I was going to say, so just do it. Sometimes you just have to, like, you know, make those decisions to go forward, and just go ahead and do it. You'll get so much out of it.
Guys, it is a little bit of a leap of faith. Okay. It is. But hopefully this conversation today has kind of helped settle your fears, kind of helped you put those to rest a little bit. It is interesting because instead of looking at it as a cost, I would really try to shift that thinking into the concept that it truly is an investment. What is an investment? It's where you put something in, but you get back exponentially more, right? So I do think that certainly based on what we're hearing, this fits that definition of an investment. And I love what Karen says. So in 6 months from now, you'll be totally leveled up. You'll be a totally leveled up business owner. And the cost is really minimal compared to what you'll earn. Beautiful. Thank you. Rita, what would you say?
If anybody's on the fence, I say jump in, because first of all, the doors are closing, so let's do this thing.
Yep, let's do it.
But just seeing the transformation, and you know, Lisa mentioned that it's like little steps. You know, whatever you're thinking, like all these things that you should do, like the should, or you could do, and do I need to, you know, YouTube, or do I want to, you know, create a group program, or all this other kind of stuff. Instead of all of this noise that's in your head, it's like you have one thing that you're focusing on this week, and then next week you'll get something new to focus on. And really breaking it down to those bite-sized chunks, I think, is what makes it so doable. Because it's like a business school for health professionals. So, you know, you're already finished with your clinician training. They don't teach you how to, you know, do your taxes, or how to market, or write emails, or create landing pages, or any of that kind of stuff. So it just finishes what you started.
Yeah.
So if you're on the fence, get in. It's going to be fun. And as you have seen, if you're watching this, the people that Lesli attracts, and I've said this on the calls that I've taken for the new applicants, the people that Lesli attracts are of a different caliber. Like Lesli attracts amazing people, which says a lot about Lesli as a person. But like literally, on the kickoff call that we had this week, everybody in the comments was saying, I have found my people. This is where I belong. And like, I was getting chills, because it's true. Like the people that Lesli attracts are amazing. So I don't know what kind of magic she's got in her pocket, but it's great.
I love it. God, it means everything. I do this because I want to help people. That's it. I want to help the world of all you practitioners who don't want to have a job. Like, let's do this thing. You don't need to work for someone else. You can do so much better, you know, life, quality of life, doing the work that you love in the way that you love. You probably couldn't do at a job, right? And not to mention the opportunity to really, you know, the revenue, that doesn't hurt either, right? The ability to really raise your standard of living and really make nice contributions to your family finances. So that is why I do what I do. It's to help you. So All right, guys, we could talk all day, and I would love every minute of it, but I know we've got to let you go. You guys got clients to see and things to do. So thank you so very much for joining me, and a special shout out to our guests today. Really, really appreciate Karen, Elisa, Rita, and Tanika, who had to skedaddle. Really thank you ever so much for joining me and sharing your thoughts. It means really a great deal to me. And all right, guys, so we'll say goodbye for now. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And we will see you next week, same place, same time. All right, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.